Hi everyone, obligatory welcome to my channel if you're new here, and if you're coming back then hi again. My name is Seda. I run Seda Yoga. I'm a yoga teacher and Ayurvedic lifestyle advisor. I'm making a series of videos to document my trip to India. I'm going to India next week on Monday to undergo 28 days of Panchakarma treatments, which is from the Ayurvedic science of life health system. Ayurveda is a holistic health system, so we look at the individual and we look at everything within the person's life and how that can contribute to the rise and cause of disease and illness. Ayurveda is also used, and as is this Panchakarma treatment, as a preventative measure also. A lot of you watching these videos will know me because I teach you already. And I've had many people ask me in the past couple of weeks leading up to this trip about what Ayurveda is, what Panchakarma is, and the process. So I figure it might be a good idea to create a series of videos so that you can learn about what happens and the process. And also this is kind of good for me too, because I'm traveling alone to India. I will be there for a month. This has the potential to bring up a lot of stuff for me, not just physically, but mentally as well, as I move through this phase and the treatments. So I find it would be good for me to check in with myself every day and do this as like a video diary. But yeah, overall, these videos are for educational purposes to detail what the process is and how I do with it, really. Some people have been wishing me well on my trip and my holiday. And whilst this is a month away from work and responsibilities, I don't see this as a holiday. I see this as a journey. I see this as me taking care of myself in the best way that I can right now. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I haven't had the strength or the health to be able to take the trip and actually get over there and do this. So for me, this is a journey of healing. I have a long history of chronic illness, physical and mental. So I've been working with Ayurveda in my own life for the past couple of years, introducing these principles, eating in accordance with the Ayurvedic principles, and trying to live my life in a more balanced way. It has gotten me so far. And now I feel like this is the last step, or this step in the journey is really going to propel my recovery forwards. So what is Panchakarma? It's a traditional Ayurvedic detoxification process which is designed to cleanse the mind, body, and the spirit. The term Panchakarma translates into 5 actions or 5 treatments which are used to help eliminate toxins or armor from the body. And this elimination of toxins helps to rebalance the doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha, and bring the whole body and mind back into balance. So Panchakarma involves a number and combination of treatments, including oil massage, oil application, steam baths, and specific cleansing practices to detoxify the body. It addresses physical, mental, and emotional health by removing the impurities, improving digestion, and therefore activating the body's natural healing ability. Within the Panchakarma method, there are 5 core therapies. The first one is Vamana, which is controlled vomiting to help remove toxins from the stomach. The second one is Varichana, which is herbal laxatives to help cleanse the intestines and the liver. The third one is Nasya. So this is applying oils into the navel cavity to help clear the head and the sinuses. The fourth one is Basti, which is medicated enemas. This helps to clear out deep-seated toxins in the colon. And the fifth one, which is rarely used now, is Raktamoshana. And this is a specialized treatment for purifying blood. So now you've heard what's involved, the process. You might be wondering, why do I want to put myself through this? Because it does sound a little bit scary, the induced vomiting, etc. But I'm doing this because I fully believe in the science, and I've had a long line and a long run of chronic mental and physical health issues. So I want to do what I can to feel as well as I can. And I believe that right now, for me, this is the way to go. So a little bit of background about my chronic illness. I have had mental health issues since I was a child. I have been diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It's an accumulation of various traumatic events over time. So this has impacted me greatly with such things as depression, anxiety, panic disorder, mood swings, brain fog, exhaustion, sleep disorders, noise sensitivity. I have tinnitus, which I've had since 2008. Also, I'm in addiction recovery, so for most of my teenage years and throughout my 20s, I was self-medicating my pain through drugs and alcohol. I'm now clean. I'll be 5 years sober on the 1st of January, which is the day that I get back, which is quite significant again. But yes, a whole multitude of things have been going on for quite some time. And it's been extremely challenging to deal with in more recent years because of the lack of support that I have had from the NHS and the services. We all know that the UK is in a little bit of a shit show right now. So I'm doing this because I want to help myself, and I feel like this is the best way to do that. I believe that a lot of my trauma is deep-rooted in my body, and this also may have contributed to my physical health conditions over the years, which are endometriosis. I got diagnosed in 2016. And then very soon after that, I started developing symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME. I am also under the inclination that that might be due to neurodivergent burnout, as I've also been diagnosed with ADHD this year. So I have a long list of comorbidities and many different health conditions that I've been trying to juggle and manage throughout the past 10 years especially. Things got particularly tough in my mid-20s and continued to get very bad in 2020. Many people wouldn't know that this is what's been going on in my life because I hide it very well. And many people tell me that I look fine, but on the inside, it's a very different story. When you're feeling so exhausted and ill all the time, you kind of have to put on a brave face, especially in the position that I'm in, teaching people yoga. If I always show up to class feeling and looking like shit and putting that out there, then I'm not really doing my job properly. So it's been tough. It's been tough to mask this, or to even explain to people how difficult it has been. And I think it's important to note that I have faced quite a lot of invalidation, people, like I say, telling me that I look fine, but I don't feel fine. So that in itself can be really damaging. So it's really important that you understand that you have no idea what's going on in anyone's life. So, inquire, get curious, ask people how they are and listen to their response instead of making an assumption or judgment based upon how somebody looks or how somebody presents themselves, because that might not be the full story. So I started learning about Ayurveda a couple of years ago with the Ayurveda Academy with Kate and Joe, wonderful teachers. Check them out if you get a chance. They really know their stuff. And I wanted to get involved and learn about Ayurveda to help myself, because I was getting zero help from the NHS and from Western medicine. I basically got told by doctors, you are going to be like this for the rest of your life. And I decided that I wasn't going to take that at face value. My life wouldn't have been worth living, really, if I would have stayed feeling the way I was feeling. The ME and CFS significantly impacted and affected all areas of my life. How I functioned throughout the day, my social life, my work life, whether or not I could even, cook myself a balanced meal. I was housebound for a lot of it, and I had to give up a lot of my life, a lot of my dreams and my goals, and I was in survival mode for a good 4 years. that is no way to live. And I believe there are other ways. There must be other ways to heal the body. So yes, I decided not to take that doctor's diagnosis, and I decided to learn about Ayurveda and put my healing into my own hands. So I started doing courses, learning about the basics, about doshas, about food, lifestyle, and how we can balance ourselves. And a good thing to point out here is I was vegan or plant-based for a good 7 years. And through my learning, they were pointing out that because of how depleted I was, medicinal meat could be beneficial to help restore balance and to provide energy and relief from symptoms of fatigue. And my body started asking me for meat once I learned this information. It took me a couple of months, but I decided to listen to my body. So I decided to tune in to that wisdom of my body telling me that I needed to eat meat, and I did, and that set my recovery on the journey, basically. I think eating meat again really propelled me and has got me to where I am today. So it's been really eye-opening to learn about this system. I feel it's got me to a point where now I can take this trip and I can embark on the next part of the journey. I've been doing or trying to do some preparation before I go away, which I've actually found a little bit difficult. Whilst I try and live in line with the Ayurvedic principles as much as possible, knowing that I'm going away and I'm going to be restricted with what I'm going to be eating, because there'll be no caffeine, no sugar, no chocolate, no desserts, no complex things and sweets and treats. It's all going to be good, whole food, vegan, delicious, nourishing food. I've gone a little bit against the authority and eaten a few too many pizzas and had a few too many coffees, which probably won't do me any favors when I start the detox, but these things have been giving me joy at the moment. So that is something, and I'm running with it. I'll be fine, I think. But I'm starting to trail things off a little bit more this week in preparation. And I've been trying to get early nights. That also hasn't been going very well. But basically, I'm okay with most things. I don't smoke anymore. I don't drink alcohol. So a lot of those nasty, nasty toxins are no longer in my body. And I've been also mentally preparing myself for this, thinking about how I'm going to deal with being on my own for a month, which I have done before. I've traveled before, I've gone to places alone before, and for this length of time, but for different reasons. So, you know, this has the potential to be a bit more challenging because of the context and because, you know, I may feel unwell with some of the treatments, or there might be things coming up for me emotionally as well. So I'm just preparing myself for that and giving myself a bit of compassion in preparation for what's to come, because who knows what's going to happen. So what you can expect from these videos moving forward is I plan to check in every day and just give you a brief rundown of what's been going on, really, how I'm feeling, what treatments I've been given, what my daily routine is like, what the consultations have been like, and just to give you an understanding of the process. The whole process is totally individualized. So when I go there, I'll have an in-depth diagnostic, and the whole treatment plan will be made especially for me, based on my dosha, based on what imbalances I have, and how the best way is to get me to the point of healing. After my diagnostic, I'll be told which of the therapies I will need based on my imbalances. So I have some knowledge of the therapies and what's been going on with me through the Ayurvedic lens. So I have an idea what I might need when I get there. But when I originally booked this trip, I was feeling a little bit different to what I am now. So who knows what I may have to do, but I am looking forward to it, regardless of how scary it might sound. So if you're interested to follow me on this journey, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to be recording all of these videos and then I'll be posting them when I get back. And yeah, just stay in touch and keep up to date. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side.